What if something sitting in your refrigerator right now could quietly damage one of the most important organs in your body? Something you have reheated dozens, maybe hundreds of times without thinking twice. Most people believe cancer risk comes from genetics, pollution, or bad luck. Very few realize that everyday kitchen habits, especially reheating certain foods, may place silent and long-term stress on the pancreas. And for adults over 70, that risk becomes even more serious. The pancreas is not loud when it is in trouble. It does not scream for attention. It works quietly, day and night, regulating blood sugar and helping digest food. When it becomes damaged, the warning signs are subtle. Fatigue after meals, mild bloating, a heavy feeling in the upper abdomen. By the time real symptoms appear, the damage is often advanced. That is why this topic matters. Doctors are now warning that some common foods, when reheated, undergo chemical and bacterial changes that can inflame pancreatic tissue over time. These changes may increase the risk of pancreatitis, insulin resistance, and in some cases, pancreatic cancer. This is especially concerning for seniors because aging slows metabolism, weakens detox systems, and reduces the body's ability to repair cellular damage. Today, you will learn 5 foods that should never be reheated, especially after the age of 70. These foods may seem harmless. Some are even considered healthy, but when reheated the wrong way, they can quietly work against your body. Let us begin with the first and most dangerous one. Number 1. Reheated oils, the pancreas's invisible enemy. Foods cooked in oil are among the most harmful leftovers you can reheat. Fried chicken, stir-fried vegetables, French fries, pan-seared meats. When oil is heated for the first time, it begins to oxidize. That means it reacts with oxygen and starts breaking down. When that same oil is reheated again, the oxidation becomes far more aggressive. This process produces toxic compounds called aldehydes and free radicals. These substances are not harmless. They damage cell membranes, inflame tissues, and interfere with normal organ function. The pancreas is particularly vulnerable because it is rich in delicate enzyme-producing cells. When these toxic compounds enter the bloodstream, they attack pancreatic cells directly. Over time, this reduces insulin efficiency and strains digestion. Chronic inflammation begins quietly, often without pain. Doctors believe this long-term inflammation creates an environment where cancerous changes can develop. Many people notice subtle signs but ignore them. Feeling unusually tired after eating, persistent bloating, a dull ache near the upper stomach. These are often early signals that the pancreas is under stress. The type of oil makes the problem worse. Vegetable oils such as canola, sunflower, corn, and soybean oil break down easily when reheated. They lose their healthy fats and generate more inflammatory compounds. Olive oil and avocado oil are more stable, but even these should not be reheated repeatedly. For older adults, antioxidant defenses are already lower. This means oxidative stress builds faster and causes more damage. Choosing freshly cooked meals instead of reheated oily leftovers is not a small decision. It is a powerful way to reduce inflammation and protect one of the most sensitive organs in your body. Now let us move to the second food, one that surprises many people. Number 2, reheated spinach when healthy turns harmful. Spinach is widely praised as a superfood, and when eaten fresh or freshly cooked, it truly is. However, reheated spinach is a completely different story. Spinach naturally contains nitrates. In fresh form, nitrates are safe and even beneficial. The problem begins after cooking and storage. When cooked spinach is left to cool and then reheated, nitrates can convert into nitrites. Under certain conditions, nitrites can further transform into nitrosamines. Nitrosamines are known carcinogens. Studies have linked them to cancers of the digestive system, including the pancreas. This transformation happens quietly, without changing the taste or smell of the food. Food safety experts warn that spinach should never be reheated once it has cooled. It should be eaten immediately after cooking or consumed cold the next day. Spinach soup, sautéed greens, or reheated spinach dishes are especially risky for older adults. This issue does not stop with spinach alone. Other leafy greens such as kale, lettuce, and celery can also undergo similar changes. But spinach is particularly high in nitrates, making it the most concerning. Many seniors believe they are making a healthy choice by reheating leftover greens. In reality, they may be exposing their pancreas to compounds that increase inflammation and cellular stress. If you have ever felt stomach discomfort or sudden fatigue after eating reheated spinach, that may not be coincidence. The pancreas reacts strongly to chemical imbalances, especially later in life. If this information is helpful so far, pause for a moment and stay with us. What comes next may change how you handle everyday meals. Now let us talk about a food found in nearly every kitchen. Number 3. Reheated rice, the silent bacterial threat. Rice appears harmless, smells fine, tastes fine, but reheated rice can carry a hidden danger. When rice is cooked, spores from a bacterium called Bacillus cereus can survive the heat. These spores are not killed during cooking. If rice is left at room temperature, even for a short time, those spores multiply rapidly and release toxins. Here is the critical part. Reheating rice does not destroy these toxins. For seniors, whose stomach acid and immune defenses are weaker, these toxins can cause more than temporary stomach upset. Over time, they contribute to low-grade inflammation that places additional stress on the pancreas. Chronic exposure to bacterial toxins forces the pancreas to work harder. This can disrupt insulin balance and gradually weaken pancreatic tissue. The most dangerous aspect is that there may be no immediate symptoms. The rice looks normal. The taste does not change. Doctors often see older patients with unexplained digestive issues, not realizing that reheated rice is part of the problem. The safest approach is simple but strict. Rice should be refrigerated within 1 hour of cooking. It should be reheated thoroughly until steaming hot. It should never be reheated more than once. And it should never be left on the counter overnight. Freezing rice in small portions is a safer option, as freezing stops bacterial growth. Respecting rice as a fresh food, not a convenience leftover, can significantly reduce unnecessary strain on your pancreas. In the next part, we will cover 2 more common foods that pose serious risks when reheated, and we will explain exactly how to protect yourself without giving up the foods you enjoy. Stay with us. As we continue, remember this. The danger is not always what you eat. It is how food changes after cooking, cooling, and reheating, especially in a body that has already carried decades of wear and repair. Let us move to the 4th food, one that almost every household reheats without concern. Number 4. Reheated chicken when protein becomes a burden. Chicken is often viewed as one of the safest and healthiest proteins. Freshly cooked, it is easy to digest and nourishing for the body. But reheated chicken tells a different story. When chicken is cooked the first time, its protein structure is stable. After cooling and reheating, that structure changes. The proteins become denser and harder to break down. This forces the pancreas to release more digestive enzymes. For a younger body, this may not matter much. But for older adults, the pancreas is already working harder just to maintain normal digestion and blood sugar levels. Repeatedly forcing it to overwork accelerates inflammation and fatigue. There is another hidden risk. During cooling and storage, bacteria such as Salmonella and Campylobacter can multiply. Reheating chicken in a microwave often heats it unevenly, leaving cold spots where bacteria survive. For seniors, even mild bacterial exposure can trigger widespread digestive inflammation, placing additional stress on both the pancreas and the liver. Over time, reheated chicken also forms compounds called advanced glycation end products, often referred to as AGEs. These compounds increase oxidative stress in the body. They damage tissues, impair insulin function, and are linked to pancreatic dysfunction and several cancers. Many people notice a rubbery texture or strange taste in reheated chicken. That is not just dryness. It is chemical alteration. The safest choice is to cook only the portion you plan to eat. If leftovers remain, refrigerate them quickly and reheat them evenly using a skillet or oven, not a microwave. Cutting chicken into smaller pieces helps ensure thorough heating. Avoid reheating fried or grilled chicken entirely. The combination of reheated oil and altered protein creates a double burden on the pancreas. Each reheated meal may seem harmless, but over time, the strain adds up. The pancreas absorbs the cost silently. Now let us talk about a food many people find comforting and familiar. Number 5. Reheated potatoes, the hidden toxin trap. Potatoes appear simple and safe, but once cooked and cooled, they begin to change at a molecular level. When reheated, especially in a microwave, the starch inside potatoes can convert rapidly into sugars. This causes sudden spikes in blood glucose. For older adults, insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age. Each spike forces the pancreas to work harder, increasing inflammation and exhaustion over time. There is another concern. Reheating starchy foods at high temperatures can create a compound called acrylamide. This substance has been linked to DNA damage and cancer risk, including pancreatic cancer. Even small, repeated exposures can create cumulative cellular stress. Improper storage makes the problem worse. When cooked potatoes sit at room temperature, bacteria such as Clostridium species can grow. Reheating does not always destroy their toxins, especially if the food is unevenly heated. This creates a double threat: chemical changes from reheating and bacterial toxins from improper storage. Many seniors prepare potatoes in large batches and reheat them over several days, believing it saves time. Unfortunately, this habit quietly increases strain on the pancreas. If you enjoy potatoes, there is good news. Refrigerate them within 1 hour of cooking. Reheat them thoroughly. Or consider eating them cold in salads, where resistant starch remains intact and supports steadier blood sugar levels. The potato itself is not the enemy. Poor handling is. Now let us bring everything together. As we age, the body becomes less forgiving. Organs recover more slowly. Inflammation lingers longer. Damage accumulates faster. The pancreas, one of the most hardworking organs, feels this deeply. Reheating food may seem like a harmless convenience, but for seniors, it can quietly alter proteins, promote bacterial toxins, and increase oxidative stress. These changes may not cause immediate illness. Instead, they work slowly, placing silent pressure on the pancreas until problems appear years later. The truth is simple. Freshly cooked food supports healing. Proper storage reduces inflammation. Awareness protects longevity. This is not about fear or restriction. It is about respect for the body that has carried you through decades of life. The next time you reach for reheated leftovers, pause for a moment. Ask yourself whether that small convenience is worth the silent cost. Often, the body already knows the answer. If this video helped you see everyday food differently, take a moment and share it with someone you care about. These small insights can protect health in powerful ways. We would love to hear from you. Comment below and share one food habit you plan to change after watching today. If you value clear, practical guidance for healthier aging, subscribe to AgeWise and turn on notifications. Every week, we share simple knowledge designed to help you stay strong, sharp, and informed as the years go by. Your support allows us to continue creating content that truly serves you. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.